Hello, Couch Co-opers, Couch Potatoes, and Couch Codependents. This is the Couch Co-op Show. Yay!
Yay.
You can find our show on all the podcasting platforms. If you want to watch us as video, Spotify has a video option now. You can also find us on YouTube at youtube.com/milkmanpictures, or you can find us on twitch.tv/the Couch Co-op Show right now, because we're streaming live, and we have Alex in the chat. Alex is hanging out. Anyway, we're going to do a little different show tonight. We have a special guest. A longtime friend of the show, longtime friend, and friend of the show.
Our man in Finland.
A lot of us haven't talked to you in a long time.
Yeah.
Jason Wolford, welcome back to the couch.
Good to be here. Good to see everybody.
Braven,
it's been a long time.
Waking up early.
Actually had the ability to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, man.
It's one of those things where I think about doing it like once a month every time I watch the show. And I'm like, oh, God, it's so early. But I haven't been working this week. I mean, that can be arranged. I have taps.
You do have taps, don't you?
So, I guess kind of what I thought we'd just do over this show since, Jason moved away. I can't remember the last time you were on the show. We did have you up early one show a while back. I can't remember how long, like a couple of years or so? It's been a while.
It's been a couple of years, yeah.
It's been a while, yeah.
I feel like
we did some of the beers on Couch Co-op, but that was indirect involvement.
Yeah, indirect.
Yeah.
I do have
just provided some booze.
I have the bag hanging out.
did.
Yeah.
I did notice that. Like I hadn't noticed that until I think it was last week. I actually took like a screenshot and I was like, "Oh, look. Ian put that up in his room."
But I guess our listeners kind of vaguely know what you do. You moved away and started a brewery, but I guess I don't know. I'm sure the guys have a bunch of questions about how it's been going, but I don't know if you wanted to kind of lay it out. I don't know. I know you've probably talked to this ad nauseum, but if we can get your story out some more, we'd love to hear it.
Oh God, yeah. It has been a fucking nuts couple of years. I had not, I haven't visited Oregon since I was there like 3 weeks before the brewery opened. Like I had all of my construction was done, and I had everything built and like all the brewing equipment ready to go. And I came for Christmas, and I was just waiting on the license to be able to brew the beer when I got back. And got back. That was it was 2017 when I actually saw you guys in person last.
Yeah, I was living somewhere else entirely, actually, at the time.
Yeah.
You were single too, Aaron.
No, I wasn't. I was
no. You were not single. Yeah. You were not married. Sorry.
Yeah.
I wasn't married yet.
Still had a pile of socks.
You almost outed him, Ian.
I almost outed him.
Almost.
But yeah, came back to Finland, started the brewery, but then it has been there have been a lot of troubles.
Troubles.
We 3 weeks after we made our first beer, started getting overdue bill notices to my home. And it turned out that one of my founding business partners, the guy that we had put in charge of the money, hadn't paid any of our bills in 6 months.
Ooh, Jesus!
And was hiding it from us.
What a dick!
So by the time we balanced the books, we discovered that we had been open for 3 weeks and we were 20,000 euros in the hole. We were still missing a couple pieces of vital equipment, so we had to force him out of the company and start out horribly in debt, short on equipment, and understaffed. And it's basically been going exactly like that ever since.
I think you told me you were just about out of it when the pandemic hit. Like
Yeah, you were close.
You were beginning to see the light on the horizon, the end of the tunnel, and then
Then the pandemic shut that light on you.
Yep.
Yeah. We
I wasn't trying to be funny.
it took like a year to dig out. Everything was going fine, and then we ended up having like a really serious wild yeast problem in the brewery. My original brew tanks, I bought open top fermenters because I knew I was planning on being like a very clean brewer and running a very tight ship. But
Of course.
brewery happened to be next to a wildflower field, so every spring when the flowers bloomed, there was just wild yeast in the air.
Oh,
So
jeez.
Wow.
So I had to run a crowdfunding campaign and
I remember that.
like raise money to. I bought extra lids and had a welder come in and like turn my open top fermenters into sealed ones, which solved the problem. And then
Sure.
and then we got that fixed, and then found out that they weren't renewing our lease. So we had to do another crowdfunding campaign to pay for moving to another location, which was way more expensive than we thought it was going to be. And then we've just been playing keep our heads above water during the pandemic. And then we thought that if we just made it to the vaccine and through the last bar shutdown, that everything would be fine. But that boat got stuck in the Suez Canal. That cost us 10,000 euros because we had a shipment on its way from China of new tanks. So that almost sunk us. And then last summer, when Putin invaded Ukraine, turns out that's where all of the kegs in Finland come from.
Yikes.
So all of us breweries here in Finland had beer in the tanks and had no kegs to put it in. So we were just sitting here for months, unable to make sales, even though we had beer ready to go and customers that wanted it. So it has just been issue after issue. But now, I think we have everything. Like,
yay!
We have the new tanks. We have a proper brewery. We have a staff. We're not in debt.
Right.
Yay!
I even have a new sales guy. The quality of the beer is as good as it's ever been. Like,
yay!
I've really improved as a brewer. Like, one of the other things I have to say, like, I was really good at home brewing before I opened the brewery. I was super happy with all my beers. And then
so are we.
There was a very
before we get into the brewing part of it,
humbling.
Jason. Before we get into the brewing part, I want to go back a little bit. So a lot of there's a lot of people that they closed during that time, the pandemic, and they weren't going through some of the stuff you were like having to move in different tanks. What do you think that what was it that just kept you? Who would you want to thank, or what was it within your own self, or that kept you in it and kept fighting back, climbing to the top, and what do you attribute that to? Is that just your will or what?
I'd say 50% will, 50% luck. Every time that like a massive obstacle would show up, I would just be like, fuck this, I'm going to push through, and like I would just sit down and be like, well, what the fuck has to be done in order to make this happen? Though on quite a few occasions, like money was a problem. So like when we started out and that founder had totally screwed our finances, a local bar chain that had bought us our bottling line and made an investment in us at the beginning. The owners of that company just went, here's 25,000 euros. Pay us back. Like, no interest. Just, here you go. Don't go out of business.
Right.
And then, we were hurting during the wild yeast thing, and they were like, here you go. Here's another 10,000. Don't go out of business. And I was like, oh, fucking thanks.
That's awesome.
And then, when the
It looks like your beers.
when the
Well,
tank
they are
thing was
delicious. What I
coming,
had.
like my buddy Samuli, um, he was actually for the first 6 months that we were open, he quit his job to be my assistant brewer, but he's founded like I think 20 different video game companies. The
Wow.
one he's most known for is Remedy. Founded that when he was like a teenager, but when we were short on money because of the shipping thing, Samuli was just like, here's 15,000 euros. Give me a couple percentage stake of the brewery. So like I've had people show up, and this particular winter we were in a really rough spot again, and I started reaching out to the local tech companies, and quite a few video game companies like Remedy Entertainment, just like they ordered 30 cases for their office.
Nice.
And
Nice.
local tech company PHZ, they ordered like I think it was 85 cases for their employees and to like give out to people as Christmas presents, and like those those orders were enough to keep the boat afloat so that we can fight another year.
It's very awesome to have that community support, That's awesome.
Yeah, no kidding.
You're obviously doing something right.
Yeah, no kidding.
Especially then just not giving up on your dream, dude. I mean, that's just fucking it's like a story in itself, But
keep it up.
Then as we move into the brewing part of it, I did want to know, like, how do you think your brewing has changed, or your brewing philosophy, or any of that, all that stuff, like when you first started and the beers that we shared at your house back in the day, and then how you've evolved, do you think?
First beer we brewed, I remember that.
Yeah. Dave taught me to brew.
I thought about
he was when I bought my first homebrew set, I had John Palmer's How to Brew, and then I just kept calling and texting Dave, like, wait, what the fuck am I doing here?
And then I came over, and it was like, you don't need to worry about this too much. You need worry about this, and
yeah. But when we were first brewing back in my old garage, we recorded a couple episodes of this show there. Yep. It's in the intro.
It is.
It is.
Beer house.
Brew house.
Brew house.
My philosophy then was that as much as I like big bold beers, since I was brewing 10-gallon batches, like I like a big beer, but I don't want to drink 100 of them.
Right.
No, absolutely not.
Like even then I was sort of like, specializing in trying to make sort of easy to drink beer. But the longer I do this commercially, just the more I lean into that. Like my style of brewing has become, like I make everything light bodied. In an age of hazies, I'm the guy who's only making like crystal clean beer, which is definitely an uphill battle. You have to leave the beer in the tank for twice as long to get it clean, clear, and light-bodied, and half of the consumers see that and go, "Oh, this is a cheap beer because it's light."
It's not what's trendy right now.
Well, I was curious about what the market is in Finland. Like what's is that the market pretty much reflects what's over here? I don't know.
No. Very much got its own thing going on here. Yeah, the beer scene here is very unique, and it's changed a lot since I first came here.
What's the quintessential Finnish beer style then? You know how like certain countries are known for certain types of beer.
There isn't really one. I mean, there's Nordic lager is a heavier style, but it's still, basic bulk lager. Probably the beer from Finland that is like known the most is Sinebrychoff Porter, which is really just, it's mostly popular because a long time ago, like Michael Jackson gave it a perfect score. And so it's still it's still
living off that.
Yeah,
the king of pops.
It's good. It's
so.
No.
No,
He's talking about the beer writer,
different
not
Michael
the,
Jackson.
not the pop star.
Damn it! Oh,
I always think Michael Jackson, the pop star, though. First, when someone mentions it, and then my brain
and
goes,
there you go. Oh wait.
yeah,
Thank
yeah,
God,
wait,
not
the
the
other
only
Michael
Also,
Jackson.
famous beer writer, right?
Yep.
the shit's good.
Yeah.
Are there
you know,
surprising styles that are more popular over there than like maybe over here? I know you make a lot of sours now.
sours are fucking huge here. Yeah. And I do like I held off like there were no sours here when I moved here, and I had the plan that I wanted to be the guy that started that. But I wanted to do a barrel aging program, and I just kept waiting and waiting and waiting until I had the money to do a barrel aging program, and I never had the money to do a barrel aging program, and then sours blew up, and I waited and I waited and I waited, and then finally I was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna make some fucking kettle sours.
Kettle sour, yeah.
Yeah, now I do that. And I still can't afford a barrel aging program 5 years later.
Yeah.
You should use that wild yeast. That's the problem. You had a problem with. You make a wild beer every spring.
That'd be great, actually. I might think about that.
No, I don't want that shit anywhere near my brew house.
Fine.
I have learned my lesson with that crap.
There's a brewery out in Tillamook called De Garde, I think, and they just
They're
put the
gnarly.
fermenters outside and let the yeast settle on them. They make some great sours.
Okay,
Great.
I'm not a big fan of sours, and I know Ian really doesn't like sours, but these are the best
I'm
ones
right there.
I've had.
Jared would
Try
probably
the
dig it.
sours.
Jared would probably dig it.
Jared's booking his ticket to Finland right now.
Yeah, let's go. That'd be great.
Yeah, there's a lot of good
Here's why
ones
we go to
here.
Finland.
A lot of good ones. You know, couple of places that are like Coolhead Brewing here. They really they do everything well, but they really kind of made their name on sours, and they're like in Finland, I would say that they're like sort of the house of sour here. But there's
Sour
another,
power.
yeah, there's another one, Fiskars. And they do a lot of like natural fermentation stuff, do a lot of wine mixing things, very interesting stuff. Every time I see their stuff at the beer festivals, I get really
What do you mean
excited
wine
because
mixing?
they're making like beer and wine hybrids.
Yeah. And
You know,
Oh, interesting.
very
Okay.
very cool stuff.
Well,
yeah.
So when you
don't they,
oh, go ahead, Aaron.
I was gonna say, don't they use like don't they brew beer in wine barrels? Is that what you're trying to say? Or is like literally they just like take elements from the wine and infuse it into the beer? Is that what you're saying?
No. I mean actual like hops, barley, water,
Yes.
some grape juice.
Oh, okay. I see
Yeah.
what you're saying. Okay, I get it now. Okay.
And sometimes they do wines, and they'll make beers with wine yeast, and they'll like do naturally fermented wines, and you know,
Oh.
like,
How do the sugars
Yeah.
interact with each other? Fairly well then? Or is there a certain mix?
I don't know the
Jason?
answer to that question. I've never made a beer like that.
Interesting.
Sounds like it's.
I just go to their booth, and I'm like, well, that sounds interesting, and it
I'll
is,
try
yay!
So Jason,
Is it
as you're
interesting or good?
Oh.
You know, those are two different things.
So Jason, as you're turning this corner and things are looking on the up, what is the outlook? What is the kind of the next goal for the brewery as you move into this new year?
I'd like to get paid. It's been 5 years,
That's a
long
fair
hours,
thing.
zero salary. My lovely wife has been supporting me, and just like, oh man, that sucks. You know, keep going. I believe in you.
Well,
Wow.
It'd be
Yeah,
nice
that's
to be a
5 years ago.
2-income household.
Right,
That'd
right.
be fucking cool.
yeah. That would
Like
be nice.
living your dream is nice, but money's cool also.
Indeed,
Yeah.
indeed.
I like
That is
I like
quite
to be
nice.
able to take more than a week off of vacation at a time.
Play
That'd be
more
cool.
video games.
So what's
Yeah.
the average price of a 6-pack over in Finland? To bring it like a 6-pack of Stella or something, you know.
They don't sell 6-packs here.
Oh, where does it come in? Is it all singles or?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Wow. Finnish people don't drink much, or
Finnish people, well, at least when I moved here, the stat was third most beer per capita.
Wow.
But there are elements of the Finnish government that just very nanny state.
puritanical kind of, yeah.
Yes, there's some there are still some elements in the government that are very anti-alcohol.
So does that make it hard to do what you do then?
Yeah, the regulations here are pretty shit. Like I've run into some major obstacles. You know, it's
Are
like
the
every
sin
time
taxes
I
high
come up
then?
with a yep.
Okay.
Second highest in the world.
Oh wow.
You know,
Who's the first?
yeah, I believe Norway.
Ah.
Yeah,
Wow. Bastards.
yeah. It's you know,
Don't like them anymore.
it's the alcohol tax here in Finland is 36 cents per liter per percent of ABV.
Holy
Dang.
moly!
You couldn't open a brewery in a better place, Jason.
Yeah.
Right?
So a 5% beer, you're at like $1.50 or whatever a €1.50 in tax.
Just taxes, yeah.
Yeah, and that's the manufacturing tax. Then you have to pay the 25% ALV on top of that.
No wonder you don't get a six pack.
VAT tax, yeah. So
Yeah. That one bear may be fucking great.
yet they still drink a shed ton of beer. So the government's milking.
But a long time ago, what'd you get? Did my internet just freeze?
No, you're good.
No.
Oh,
could be me.
Oh, he did.
Oh yeah.
It's like it froze and then it didn't freeze. Well, Jared, really quickly, if he's not, oh, there he's back.
He's
There we go.
Oh,
Are we live?
You're live. You're still alive.
Okay.
Still alive. Still good.
Okay.
The government's coming for you, dude.
Somebody's messing around with those transatlantic lines.
Somebody's streaming in 4K.
Not it.
Oh
boy. So then, well, you want to get paid. Well, okay.
Yeah.
So like, when you initially came up with the idea, when did the idea of the name 8-Bit Brewing and the whole idea of video game themed beers or kind of geek culture stuff, when did that hit you, and when did you decide that was going to be what your brewery's your theme was?
Well, it was always that, just because of my garage, you know. I built that original homebrew system right next to the video game setup, and you know, me and Brad and Oscar and you know anybody else who was hanging around brewing, we'd sit there and brew while playing video games. So you know, the very first batches I named with video game puns. Though I did actually want to call the brewery the Brewhouse Barcade. Like I actually like made a website for that and like made a logo for that as I was in the planning phases, and the Brooklyn Barcade sued me.
Oh wow.
I did not know that. Jesus.
Yeah, I've had a lot of people be like, "Have you been to the Brooklyn Barcade?" And I'm like, "No, and fuck them. I never will." And people out there who play video games, the Brooklyn Barcade did not invent the concept of the barcade, but they're dicks about it.
What about the rival 8-Bit Brewing in like California? Have you heard from them?
I haven't heard from them. It was actually funny. I debuted the first 8-Bit beer at the Helsinki Beer Festival. It was actually April of 2016. I was using other breweries' equipment for a year and a half before opening my own place. And I had just, you know, gone through all of the licensing and paid an artist to make our logo and got like everything going. And, you know, of course, 3 months before I started that process, I Googled and checked that there was not an 8-Bit Brewing. And then I opened 3 months later, and I'm at the Helsinki Beer Festival, and the founder of Stone Brewing just happened to be at this festival. And he came and like had my Resident Evil, and he was like, "This is really good. By the way, I don't know if you know this, but an 8-Bit Brewing just opened in California like 2 weeks ago. You might want to change your name before it's too late. And I was like, I can't afford to change my name.
Right.
All that stuff was expensive.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
besides which,
I
I was
had
here
it first.
first.
Fuck you guys.
yeah. But, yeah, no, neither one of us is, huge or anything. But obviously they are people with excellent taste.
There you go. So, how many beers do you? What is like your consistent beers that you brew, and then what's like kind of on rotation, or like what is your kind of what beers?
Well, I got probably like 15 recipes or so that I'm constantly bringing in and out.
Mm-hmm.
The Easy Mode Pilsner, the Game Over Pineapple Passion Fruit Sour, and my Optimus Prime IPA are like the only 3 that I have available like 90% of the time.
Gotcha.
Like the Finnish beer market is very heavily controlled by Untapped. So like people don't want to drink the same thing twice.
Right.
They're like, I already had that. I already have the points on my phone for drinking that beer. So
Crazy.
I will never buy it again.
That's crazy.
So like, yeah, if you started a brewery here, at least after 2015, you are not allowed to have a flagship beer.
Oh, that
Nobody
sucks.
is interested in supporting flagship brands. It has to be new beer. Like when we call the bar and restaurant managers, the first thing they ask is, what do you have that's new? The grocery stores that have carried us have been like, well, we already ordered 1 case of that.
Are you constantly then modifying the recipes to make them different, or no?
Yeah, and just experimenting, making new stuff. We had some customers that were demanding having the same things.
Do you have a beer that could be? Do you have a beer? Do you have a beer that could be? Do you have a beer that could be considered a flagship beer, like that's super popular?
Yeah.
Which one is that?
It's Easy Mode.
Easy Mode. Okay.
Yeah, Easy Mode is definitely Easy Mode is my flagship beer.
Okay.
But and I do.
We did like that beer. Right?
I have a couple of. Yeah, and I need to get you like a super fresh bottle. Like that one was like 3 or 4 months old. Which it's not bad at 3 or 4 months old, but when you get it in that like first week or two, it's like fuck.
Oh, just side note, how was the shipping price to your brother for the beer? I know you were going to get back to me. Oh, you still don't know?
The box,
you haven't sent it
is still sitting around.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
because I'm sure we'd all pay for it.
Like, when do you send a package? I've never sent a package here, and people are like, I don't know.
That's funny.
Like I should figure that out.
We'd buy it. I'm sure we would throw money in.
Send mail from.
That's funny.
This doesn't go through Gmail. I don't know how mail works. It's fucking 2023.
That's funny.
That's funny.
What's the most out there thing you've brewed? Or
I haven't brewed anything like really out there commercially. I guess I took the old Pac-Man Porter, which you guys had a lot of back in the homebrew days, and there is a very, very popular cheap booze called Yalovina here, and it's garbage in a nice way. It's like a cheap brown liquor that's
it's rubbish,
stored in a cognac barrel.
That's great.
And it's really traditional for Finns to like order a lager and a shot of that. It's like the national shot. And I came up with an idea to like take a bunch of that and soak oak chips into it, and then drain it out and drop like a mesh bag full of oak chips that had been soaked for a month in that booze.
I've done
It's
that.
it's not barrel aged, but I
Nope.
replicated, soaked in a Pac-Man
Barrel
Porter
infused.
Yalu edition.
I have a little pint mason jar with oak chips in it that I keep topped up with Jim Beam for just that purpose. It's like you take a bag of them and put them in your homebrew, and
Yeah,
it gets you really close to that barrel age.
it does. It does. And, especially with Yalu being like a cheap booze,
Yeah.
there is no barrel. It's the only way to do it. But that was very fun and very popular on the test batch. On the test batch level, there's a local game company here puts out a game called Best Fiends, like a little puzzle slider game. And
Oh yeah.
when they were in development with that, like I was hanging out with a couple of the people from that company, and they were like, "Well, how would you make a beer for our game if you were to try that? Our beer has bugs in it." And I was like, "Well, I guess I'd fucking put bugs in it." So you've probably had an oyster stout, right? Or at least seen an oyster stout?
Yeah, I've had those.
I've seen it, never had it.
Yeah. So I did an oyster stout, but with escargot instead.
Oh, interesting. Oh boy.
Yeah. So I put snails.
How did you harness the snails for the beer?
Churning right now because of that.
Can.
Huh?
I just got canned snails
Oh wow, fun.
out of the shells.
Good times. Delicious.
Yeah, I made like it was like a 4.5% dry Irish stout, sort of in the Guinness Murphy's kind of range.
Yep.
Went with something light, and
What did that taste like?
I put that can of snails into the 5-gallon test batch kettle, and my whole building immediately smelled like wet dog. It was like the worst fucking smell ever.
I believe it.
I was like, wow, I just ruined 5 gallons of perfectly good beer. But I cooled it and put it in the fermenter and threw the yeast on it anyway. And then a couple of weeks later, when I went down and opened the fermenter, that smell was completely gone. And
Wow.
the beer came out really good.
Did you notice it though?
Yeah. So when you took a drink of the beer, what you tasted was dry Irish stout. But then on the aftertaste, there was just a
Snail.
hint of a earthy, almost mushroom kind of, umami kind of flavor.
Interesting.
And it was very subtle, but it fit the beer so nice. And then snails are fucking slimy, so it left just this hint of like an oily residue on the aftertaste,
I could see that.
which yeah, it's it maybe doesn't sound great, but it was good. And like I had a French guy have a birthday party, and this was back when I was homebrewing. He had tasted that and he loved it, and he had asked me to make him like 4 kegs of homebrew for his birthday, for this big party that he was having. And he was like, I want you to make 2 kegs of your Resident Evil and 2 kegs of your snail stout. And I was like, dude, your guests are not going to want to fucking drink snail stout. But I put the 2 taps each and like watched people, and I put like a big sign. I was like, FYI, this beer is not vegan. It contains actual snail meat. And
Good times.
it people went through the stout faster than Resident Evil.
That's fun.
Wow. That's impressive.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and currently
So
your beers...
maybe I will make that
Oh,
I'd
maybe.
drink it.
big batch someday.
Jared would try it. I mean, I'd try it. Fuck it, I'd try
Love
Yeah.
a good stout.
I'll give it a try, even though my stomach just churned at me saying don't do it, but I'll give it a try.
it. Currently, though, your beers are only available in Finland, right? This is the only...
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I keep meaning to like look into how the fuck exporting works, but at the moment, like
Quite expensive.
We haven't really had a sales guy. We've had a few people come on, and actually, I think we've had like 5 people come on and be like, "I'm gonna do sales," and like,
Okay.
but the problem is we've never been able to offer a salesperson a salary, and like selling beer in Finland is very, very hard, and it takes a lot of work, and so, people go out and they're fucking amped up and they like hit the streets and they're like, "Hi, I'm from 8-Bit Brewing," and they're no, 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 and then they're like, "Oh shit, I didn't sell much," and then after
Start
like
crying.
a month of that, people are like, I'm not making any money here, and this is really hard, and it was kind of a waste of time, and they stop, so we have struggled with that, but but
Whoa.
There you go.
he's
No,
gone.
it's intercept. But to be
Yeah.
continued. Hopefully,
Next.
Jason gets. Oh, here he comes.
Oh, there we go.
my back.
That was so funny.
Hear it again.
You go,
Look at
but,
that.
and then you just disappear.
That was a good out.
To be continued.
Discord gave me a like some sort of "did you know" pop up there.
Oh,
It wasn't
really?
even my internet.
That's
Yeah.
weird.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it just wanted
Did
to
you
let
know
me
we're
know.
gonna
a little
throw you off
fact.
the
Did you know we're going to kick your ass out?
Strange.
Did you know we have complete control of you?
This is kind of a cliche question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. And I know that you've been through so many more hurdles than you thought you would have being a brewer. But what do you wish you knew back then that you know now? Like going into it, what do you?
Ooh, man. Like, yeah. If I was starting from scratch, and I could only have like one piece of knowledge.
Yeah, what's the most useful?
Oh, man, I don't know.
Give me a
Don't
couple
trust the
then. Give me a
finance
couple.
guy.
I think the biggest one would have been I would have started with a larger team. Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe vetted them
You
better.
know. Dude who screwed me over that I put in charge of our money had a degree in accounting and had been the manager of the largest craft beer bar in Finland for 8 years. I was like, this dude's super qualified.
That's so fucked up. That's such a fucked up situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
It's got to be hard too, because you had just moved to Finland basically, and you're doing this whole thing in another place that you don't even speak the language at that point. I don't know if you really
still
speak it
don't.
now.
I was going to say,
I was getting there. I was taking a lot of language lessons, and I was like making slow but steady progress. I was getting to where I was walking around Finland, like having conversations with random strangers in my beginner's Finnish. And then I opened a brewery, and it was like, and now you have no time for anything.
Well, does anyone
Video
have any?
games? What the fuck was that?
Well,
Vacations? No,
yeah.
you don't get those anymore.
Well, I want to get to video games, but like, does anyone else have any questions about the brewery they want to ask?
I do actually.
Okay.
Just kind of going back to the exporting question. Have you looked into exporting, and actually, have you looked into maybe stateside contract brewing at all, or do you even trust that process?
I would trust that process, yeah. I haven't looked into it. That's definitely the way to go because shipping costs are like so freaking high.
Yeah.
But yeah, doing some contract brewing, I get so many people who ask me about doing my beer over there. It would be pretty cool to like find a brewery around Oregon, maybe even somebody that would just want to like trade,
Mm-hmm.
They make my stuff, I make theirs. Or maybe I'll do it with 8-Bit Brewing in California.
Yeah. Well, that was
Jason,
going to be like a
Jason-
follow-up question. Like, would that present any? Like,
You just gotta buy
Would
them,
that
Jason.
present any-
You just gotta buy them. That's what you gotta do. You just gotta buy them out.
Well, from what I understand, they're doing a fuck of a lot better than me.
Oh, are they? Well, maybe
Yeah,
they'll buy.
I've seen some videos of their brewery. Like I have 1,000-liter tanks. I think they're making 15,000.
Oh wow. Okay.
Jeez.
Wow.
Yeah.
8-bit
then
collaboration.
I guess that would
with
present a
8-bit.
bit of a problem, though, if you did contract brew, and then there's maybe a trademark issue, perhaps, or
Yeah, I guess it just depends on whether or not either one of us wants to be a dick. I'm not
Yeah.
interested in doing that. Like, I have the European trademark. They have the U.S. trademark.
trademark.
Or at least I have the Finnish trademark, which I believe when I first founded the company, it was like, you are buying the Finnish trademark, which via EU is the EU trademark. But I'm 8-Bit Brewing, and they're the 8-Bit Brewing company. It's completely different things.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. But I have heard that they've brought some product into Europe, and I totally don't care.
Jason,
it's not Ocarina of Lime, that's for sure.
Yeah.
so sorry, my mic wasn't working. I got it figured out. So real quick, as a foreigner in Finland, do you feel like because I know you've mentioned that in order for you to start the brewery, you had to get Finns involved. But even with having Finnish people involved, have you felt that the community's been, and not just the community as a whole, but I guess just the government is open to small time foreigners opening businesses in Finland, or has that been kind of an uphill battle as well?
No, there's no obstacle to that at all. As a matter of fact, a lot of the local breweries, some of the people are immigrants. Our brewery is actually in a building with 2 other breweries. We have built like a little small brewers collective. So literally across the wall from my brewery, my buddy Luca is an immigrant, and he's
Does he live on
one
the
of the
17th
founders.
floor?
He's one of the founders of Tired Uncle Brewing, and Cool Head, who I mentioned earlier, who make the awesome sours. One of their founders is Brazilian. There's a couple other Americans who are working in the beer industry here. I've met a couple Italians. So yeah, there's people from all over the place. Yeah,
That's great.
Nice.
it's a very cool brewing community here. Yeah.
So they're pretty open to. I mean, how are they? What was their perception of having an American brewer come in and start brewing beer? I mean, is that kind of the same question, or?
No, well, okay. I've got to be honest. Like when I got here and mentioned that I wanted to open a brewery, people went, "Oh, cool!" And then they were like, "Where are you from in America?" And I went, "I'm from Portland." And they went, "Oh, you're legit." And I was like, "Oh, but I'm not legit." I was like, "Oh, fuck! Oh, fuck!
There's
No,
nothing to think of that.
that's good. I'm representing now."
Shit.
Yeah,
I
I'm
gotta
from
stick
the
the
Northwest.
leg. It was like it felt like I came.
You had to
I
fake it till you made it.
I just like automatically was carrying Portland's street cred that they
Guys,
knew
guys.
about over here, and I was like, oh shit,
Came and I
you know.
faked that I came, but I came anyways.
Yeah.
That is
But
kind of
And then they're like,
incredible.
why aren't all your beers IPAs? That's what Portland does. That's just IPAs.
Yeah. IPAs
Yeah,
and
like
porters.
when I first got started and I was like contract brewing, I developed a really great reputation, and like that wild yeast infection really fucked my reputation. Like I went from definitely feeling like I was, one of the new like hot trendy breweries, and then like I was fighting that quality control problem for a couple of months.
Mm-hmm.
I think I screwed up being very public about it. Like I talked to like 6 other brewers who were like, "Oh yeah, that strain of wild yeast is super popular. Like it's fucking everywhere here in Finland. And we've had a problem with it at my brewery too." And like other brewers came and helped me because they had fought even one of the large producers. But everybody else who had that problem was real quiet about it, and they just destroyed the beer.
Mm-hmm.
I destroyed the beer and was like, "Man, I'm having this problem. I need to fix it. I'm not going to make any beer until it's fixed." And like, my salespeople tell me that now 3 years later, they'll go into bars and be like, "Oh, we don't want your beer. It has wild yeast in it."
Oh.
Yeah. So like, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
rough.
Yeah.
What's your favorite beer that you brew?
Easy mode.
Easy mode? Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
That makes
Yeah.
sense. It's
What's on
delicious.
tap right now at your house?
Brewigi Brothers Brown. As a matter of fact, hold on. I'm going to grab one.
You see,
Yeah, I'm out of beer.
There you go.
Yeah, but fuck
Beer
it.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the beer he
I saw
brewed with
that
his
coming.
brother. So his brother came out to visit him, and then they brewed a beer together. So this is the one that they brewed.
Nice. If this is the beer break, I'll be back in a moment too.
Oh, we're taking a little beer
Yeah,
break.
I'm jumping on that one as well.
Everyone's getting more beer. Aaron, do you need more beer?
I'm probably actually gonna take off in a few minutes. I work early in the morning, and my Ashley she needs surgery because it turns out she has a hernia. That's pretty bad. So
Oh no.
That sucks. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry to hear
Yeah.
that.
When's that happening?
we don't know yet. We gotta get a consultation next week for figure out when that's happening. So I pretty much have to help out a lot with the
Right.
stuff plus Amelia. So
Right.
I'm back.
So, Jason, I don't know if you, congratulations. Cheers. So
buddy.
now that Aaron's a new father, he has a baby,
Mm-hmm.
he doesn't stick in the show very often, stick around so much. So, Aaron, if there's anything you want to ask
Yeah.
Jason, or just confess your love to him, you guys should talk now.
Oh,
He already
know about
knows.
each other's love. Yeah.
He already knows. I've asked, and he's like, I can't.
When are you going to come visit, Jason?
As soon as I can, walk away for more than 5 days and, have a paycheck.
Yeah. As soon
you
as he
get
gets
paid.
a couple of paychecks deep.
First paycheck. That's going to be a plane ticket.
There you
Elena
go.
wants to come back as much as I do.
Right.
Yeah. We have
Jason,
not,
have you-
not been able to
Do
take
you
vacation.
do consulting or anything like that on the side, or are you just like 100%? Unfortunately or fortunately, you can't be distracted by anything outside the brewery.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't done any. People in the local beer industry help each other out all the time. Like I remember when I was first getting started, that phase where I jumped from being a home brewer to a commercial brewer. I went through that. What's the? I'm blanking on the name of the concept where like the less you know, the more you think you know.
Oh yeah, I know
What's that
exactly.
called?
I know it too.
Yeah, but there's that point where like you have a lot of confidence when you know a little bit about something, and then you learn more and then realize you don't know shit, and then you slowly learn more. Like I went through
posturing?
that like
Re-stupefication.
Stupefaction.
no, it's a
It's an actual
This
term, and I don't know
Dunning-
too.
Yeah,
That's
Dunning
it.
Kruger.
the
Yeah.
Dunning-Kruger effect.
Oh.
effect.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I like I
should
write that
down.
lived that.
Yes, I'm aware of that effect.
I was like, I was
I do know
homebrewing
the
and I
name.
was making good homebrew, and I was like, I fucking know a lot about beer. And then I opened a commercial brewing. I was like, oh fuck, I actually don't know that much about beer. So like, but fortunately, like, you know the basics, and you have to do some trial and error stuff, and you can just reach out to other people. So like, I had a couple of friends here in Finland who had opened a brewery like 1 to 4 years before me, who I was texting like pretty regularly. Just, hey man, before I do this, do you got an opinion on this? I'm unsure about X, or I'm having a problem with Y. And I just had some friends in the industry who gave me pointers and like helped me out when I was until I like got to the point where I would say it was right around the 3-year mark of having a brewery where I started to feel like my commercial beer was as consistent as my homebrew beer had been, like and like I really had the system down. And now like I feel like I'm better, and like people who have started breweries in the last like couple of years, like they text me, hey, I'm having a problem with carbonation, and like
was that a cool moment for you?
I mean, that's a cool kid moment.
It took me a while to realize that it was happening regularly, because I remember being at one of the guys who I was constantly asking advice for. I remember drinking with him at a beer festival, and he had been open for maybe only 2 years. And like a couple of people while we were sitting there having beers from other breweries came and asked him questions, and he was like, "Man, it's really."
Oh, there it goes again.
Oh, there it is again.
Climax.
Another message from Discord. Hello.
I got the did you? Yes.
Did you know?
Or maybe that's its version of buffering.
Interesting. Oh, maybe.
All right.
Could be.
But anyway, I was at a beer festival with this guy, and he was like, "Man, it's really weird that people keep coming and asking me for questions like I'm some kind of expert. I haven't been doing this for very long." And and he was like, "Plus, Marku's right over there, and he's been running a brewery for 20 years. I don't understand why people aren't asking him."
Probably because you've been through so much shit.
Yeah.
But now
You feel a lot of problems.
Yeah. But now I, yeah. And I did during the wild yeast problem, like I got help from other breweries, but I also I hired a cleanliness quality like factory consultant. It was kind of expensive, but they came in and gave me just went through my brewery and was like, here's a potential problem, here's how you be super anal about this and this and this and this, and I just follow all of those guidelines now.
Expensive, but you got your money's worth out of it, kind of deal.
And I'm sure that consultant wouldn't appreciate it, but I've also passed that knowledge along for free to like a dozen other friends of mine.
As well.
I paid a lot for this, so use it, man.
No wonder why they come to you. Anyway.
Have you thought if because we have a mutual friend who owns a bar, if
a mutual friend that was supposed to work for Jason initially and flew out there and tried to work for him for a little while.
Yeah.
So if Brad came to you, would you be up to
CAD?
Well, I already gave the name away, so. But if he asked, could I license your ingredients or your beer and brew it here, like go to I guess a commercial brewery and brew your recipe, is that something you're open for, just so you can at least?
I think that's similar to what Nick was asking earlier about like
contract brewing.
Contract brewing. That's kind of the same.
Yeah.
Well, I know I've brewed 1 or 2 of your beers before, like on my system. So
Jason's even recommended that Dave make Dave brew one of the beers, and then we'll review it that way instead of having Jason ship it. Having Jason ship it, just make Dave brew it.
Dave can be his contract
brewer. Get to work, Dave.
I'd have to get my. I haven't brewed it. I haven't brewed since the.
Dude, Dave has not brewed in forever, Jason. He just gave it up. He's like, nah. He's walked away.
I got lazy in the local.
Have a wild yeast problem.
Local homebrew store closed, so. But yes, I've had the wild yeast problem as well, and it was the sanitizer I was using. I was using the iodine based one that needs a contact time of like 20 minutes, and that once I switch to the Iber4, which needs like a seconds contact time and foams, so it gets in everything. It's like
Dude,
that helped a lot.
the wild yeast strain here in Finland is immune to pH.
Nice.
That's
So you
why
can't-
that's why it was getting through. So now,
How'd you kill it?
the way that I defeated it was I run I now do high pH. Like in home brewing, you just wash something and then you use use something like Star
Yeah.
San,
pH,
which is low pH.
Yeah.
But in commercial brewing, you
Yeah,
do
he's
two
alkaline.
washes. So yeah, you start with a lye alkaline solution and run that through it, and that does most of the cleaning as well, but also gets the high pH, and then you do an acid wash with something way stronger than Star San. Like both of these chemicals will like fuck your hands up. And then I run boiling water through everything.
Well, we're getting
And,
really
like-
in the weeds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's lye acid then boiling water
Jesus.
in order to get rid of
Pleasant.
get rid of the
Every
wild
point
yeast.
of
Is
here.
there any
spectrum
kind of
there.
air filtration or shit you deal with too? No, just don't. You just don't.
Actually, that
no.
was a question I had for you. Do you use the natural finished water that's available to you, or do you put any kind of additives in it to try and recreate the water from other spaces?
For the
What's-
most part, I just use straight Finnish water. Though in some recipes, I'll use calcium chloride, and then occasionally, like in Optimus Prime, I'll use gypsum salts.
And how are the other ingredients in Finland, like in terms of like access? I mean, granted, like Oregon, we have hop farms like just 20 minutes away. I mean, what's
We
the
get
case
the
there?
dregs of the hops,
Dregs.
like
Bottom of the barrel.
Like we get what's left over from the Oregon harvest once the American brewers have gotten their stuff. We can get of course the good European hops, but those are good for making the traditional, my pilsners and stuff.
Lagers and
Like
stuff,
I
yeah.
use Saz in that, but a lot of the trendy hops are coming out of New Zealand and Australia these days.
Yeah, that
and-
seems to be the big push,
Yeah.
doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, but like I have had, for example, like I have gotten a lot of bags of Citra hops, which everybody loves Citra, but like sometimes you'll get a bag of Citra and like open it, and instead of getting that amazing like Citra hop flavor, it just smells like ammonia. You just get that like
Ew.
fucking
That's fucked.
cat piss litter box smell.
Does anyone grow
It's,
hops in Finland, or does it grow in Finland? Not at all.
No, I mean,
I don't think
the
so.
wild hops will grow, but they have like a terrible, like grassy flavor because the winters are just so dark that the
Right.
growing season here is short.
Right.
What about some of the
Makes
other
sense.
ingredients, like some of the like malts,
Malts
or
and
barley?
We've got access to
rice.
great barley. There's one of the largest malting firms in Europe that provides the malts to a lot of the large lager manufacturers is in a small town, or like a medium-sized town really close here to Helsinki. So we've got a good malting company here in Finland, but I don't use them anymore because they have drastically increased their prices. Like when I first opened the brewery, I was paying 78 cents a kilo, and it's gone up to like a euro 10, and then like the German malt that I've been using to make easy mode for the last couple of years. I went to order it recently, and they were like, "Oh, we've had a price increase. It's a euro 57
Jeez.
per kilo." And I was like, "Oh,
Jeez.
Jesus Christ, man, I can't afford that." So I used Simpson out of the UK for this latest batch of easy mode, and I'm fucking hoping that it's gonna taste the same.
Right.
Yeah,
I
just give it a
personally have
new
the
name
opinion
and
that
then
that
people will
expensive
drink it.
Wireman is. Well,
Medium mode.
I have made 2 lagers with Simpson.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one Pilsner and one lager with the Simpson malts out of the UK, and they're both great. I just don't know if Easy Mode's still going to taste like Easy Mode without the Wireman malt.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Right.
We'll see.
Do you make a wheat ale at all?
I make quite a few wheat ales, but I also hate traditional German wheat ale, and I don't like anything that's hazy. So I don't use any of the traditional yeasts that are generally associated with wheat ales. I will usually ferment with a clean. I will make wheat ales, but then I'll ferment them with a clean American IPA yeast.
There you go.
Nice.
All right, we've gotten really into the weeds of the beer, and Aaron, I'm sure you're getting squirrely, and you probably need to go. Do you need
Weeds
to
are
go?
the hops.
Do you need to go? Do you need to go?
I probably yeah.
I don't want you. I don't want to stick you around. I don't want you getting
We
uncomfortable.
would love you to hang around. You don't have to go, but
This is the longest
go.
you've stuck around, though.
No,
That's
An
a great
hour.
thing.
You've done a full hour, Aaron.
Yeah.
well, with good reason.
With good reason, yes. But
Right,
Aaron,
yeah,
if you need to
of course.
go, don't feel like you have to stick around. But you can stick around. I want you to stick around. But if you can't, it's up to you.
Well, I know. I probably should get going. I mean, I work early in the morning, and lately the little girls suffer some separation anxiety right now. So anytime she wakes up, it's full on scream fest, and I can't get her to go to sleep half the time. So
Gotcha.
yeah. All right, guys. Yeah.
All right,
I just-
dude. You take it easy. Love you.
You guys.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
Nice seeing you.
Bye,
again.
Aaron.
Good
man.
Have a
Good
good
seeing you,
night.
everybody. Good seeing you,
Maybe I'll
Jason.
see you at work, which I haven't lately, which is sad.
Yeah. I know. I
Sad
know. I
face,
need to get.
sad face.
I need to get to work. I need to get to work early on the mornings on Fridays. It's hard.
No, you don't. You're not missing much.
Yeah, don't do it.
No, I'm not. All right, guys. Good seeing everybody. Good seeing you,
Bye.
Jason.
Yeah, good night.
You too.
man.
Bye. Night, guys.
So,
And
Jason,
then there were
let's
six.
let's bring this back round to our second or our other favorite topic.
Yeah, I wanted to.
Part 2.
What have you been playing?
No, video games, yeah, but before we get to that's exactly, Dave. You're right on my train here. This is the Couch Co-op. We play video games, but something I wanted to point out is that 8-Bit Brewing has started Twitch streaming. So Jason,
Twitch streaming.
talk about Twitch streaming, setting it up, and then what games are you playing on it?
Yeah, people have been telling me at least
They have
once
been
a month for the
saying.
last 5 years, somebody is going, "Hey, why don't you do a Twitch stream for the brewery? It makes so much sense." And I'm like, I don't got time for video games. I did 2 Twitch streams from the old brewery on my PS4, just through that automatic system with just a normal headset and no camera, years ago, and was like, oh, that was kind of fun. I should do that. It was 3 years ago I bought a capture card, and then it's just been sitting in a drawer for
Right.
years. Well, dry January, nobody's buying beer. So we have no sales right now.
That sucks.
So I decided not to brew anything this month. I brewed a bunch of beers in December, and then this month I'm just sitting around. The beers are fermenting. They'll be ready in February when our customers come back. So I actually have time now. So I've been setting up. I've set up. I got this nice condenser mic.
Pretty sweet
I
mic,
got-
yeah.
I got lighting for my face. And yeah, since I've been teaching myself Photoshop to make my beer labels, I was able to actually make some graphic overlays by following some YouTube tutorials and yeah. So I've streamed only 4 times now. I started with Golf Story on the Switch, which adorable game, absolutely adorable.
I've heard it's good.
It's fun. I really recommend it. It's very relaxing. And I didn't stream it, but I finally beat Knights of the Old Republic this week.
KOTOR, nice.
Congratulations.
On Switch?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, it was on the holiday sale, and I was like, man, I have tried this game 3 times,
Never
and
played.
I have always ended up putting it down, and I finally just said, screw it, I'm gonna buy it, I'm gonna push through. Man, it was fun. And the farther and farther I got into it, the better it got.
You know what's weird about that game though is that aren't they still doing a remake of it?
I think so.
Supposedly.
I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
Anyway,
I thought it fell
I mean,
apart.
I guess maybe you
it
can
did
wait for
fall
that, 'cause
apart, but it switched developers. They put it in someone else's hands.
But
Oh, that's interesting.
what were you playing on before that made you put it down? Was
If you've tried
think-
several times.
So
yeah.
I tried it. I tried it like when it first came out. A bunch of my friends said that it was great. I played it for like half an hour, and I was like, "This is kind of boring."
Was that
I don't know.
PS2?
I think I had the same.
No, Xbox exclusive, I think.
Because I owned it on the Xbox. and
Well,
was
I mean,
the
I've
same
got it
thing.
on Steam, so was he
I have it
playing-
on Steam
or-
too, but I
well,
don't think it was ever on PS2. It was an Xbox exclusive to that console.
Yeah. So I know. I tried to pick it up on Xbox twice, and then a couple of years ago, I bought it for my phone. Like I bought like a nice a nice phone, and realized that it was on there, and like I actually played 2 or 3 hours of it on my phone, and then I was like, nah, mobile
that torture?
gaming sucks. Well,
It
I was
sucks.
enjoying it until I didn't, you know.
You
and,
hit
then
a
I was,
wall.
and then I was like, man, like this isn't
You're like,
this isn't
fuck Star
actually
Wars.
working out. Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, I bought it. I
course.
bought it on the Switch sale, and I finally pushed through. Has anybody else played it?
No.
Just like the
played
first
it. I
hour
have
or
it on
two,
Steam.
I couldn't
I've
finish it. I
played
couldn't
it.
get into it like you. I was like,
Did you beat it, John?
Yeah.
Well,
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
You
back
know-
in the day.
yeah. Back in the day,
Uh,
PC baby.
Yeah, awesome.
Ryan has told me like so many times that he thinks that
we should have Ryan on the show.
that Knights of the Old Republic has like one of the best Star Wars characters ever, and that their story is really amazing. And I was like, man, like it was just Ryan's emphatic. This story is incredible.
I've heard that before, though, Jason. I've heard that
It
before.
made me keep going back to it.
Mm-hmm.
And like trying again, and like I've got to say that the graphics are dated,
Oh,
play
heavily.
styles dated. It's one of the first games ever that was fully voice acted.
Sounds like a good Switch game.
Quality of the voice acting is very like if
Of its time.
It's a lot like if the 6 of us were to try to voice act a game.
That'd be great.
sounds fun. Let's do it.
Jason, go hit up some of your Finnish game makers and tell them we're down to voice act a game.
Yeah, we got this.
I actually did do the voice acting for one game. It's called
Were you credited?
Children of the Sun.
Oh yeah, the Steam game that we tested.
Yeah.
I played some of
you
that.
could- you
Yeah,
could-
yeah,
you could
yeah.
try it on. Yeah. It was fun.
I didn't get to your
I went in
character.
for one afternoon. I was the main character.
Were you?
Yeah, I remember.
I didn't
you
even
talking about
notice
that.
then. I didn't even notice that was you.
I was the main guy. I was like
That
the
is some.
dialogue.
That
Like,
is
I
some
stand by
great.
my- I
that
stand
is
by my
some.
statement. I
That is
never
some.
got to you.
That is some great acting.
All right, Children of the Sun.
Yeah, we got it. We got Jason in the. I swear it was in the Discord. He gave us like access to playtest the game.
Yeah, I don't think I had a PC at that time.
Oh,
I don't know if they ever actually ended up fully releasing it though.
is the
Yeah.
playtest still available? Oh, I haven't tried
not
it.
sure.
In a while. Oh,
Yeah.
No, they're waiting for us to do couch co-op the game.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's gonna be a boring ass game.
But I did
gonna be
I
a good-ass
did with Knights of the Old Republic. I'm that game's almost 20 years old, and I managed to go 20 years without without having the twist spoiled.
Nice.
I've never had the twist spoiled.
pretty good.
I didn't know there was a twist.
I didn't know there was a twist.
I don't.
There's a
I don't
twist.
know.
Don't
But-
ruin it. Don't ruin it, then, Jason.
Yeah.
I'm not going to, but what I'm going to say is, one, you should play it
Okay.
because it actually is really good. But two, if you do play it, don't Google anything, because I was halfway through the game. Like,
This is BioWare, right?
I'm 5 hours away from it, and some dickhead on Game Rant like spoiled it in an article. I Googled, like, I wasn't sure what I should buy, so I Googled, like, is there any weapons or armor that I should get mid-game? And like some guy on Game Rant had written an article on, like, if you're playing through Knights of the Old Republic, you should pick up this armor at the halfway point, and spoiled the ending.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, that would have been amazing.
Yeah.
Oh
You
man,
can
I
buy
just got
a digital
robbed.
copy at Walmart right now for $10.
Yeah.
For Xbox?
For Switch.
Yeah.
Oh, Switch.
You
I'm
got
just
one
gonna
of those,
wait.
Ian?
I have it on
forget.
Steam. I've tried it. I've played it for like 2 hours or something. I've played it, and I was gonna mod it just to be weird, but like at this point, I'm just gonna wait for the remake and then actually play it.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. I
You
think
may be
I'm
waiting
gonna
a
wait,
while.
Yeah,
But
that's
the thing
okay.
is, you need
Maybe.
to get past that first planet. That's
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
like
that planet's-
the
that
other
planet
times that I
drags.
tried.
Get out of the hinterlands.
Get out of the old hinterlands.
Exactly. As soon as you get to the second planet, then the game really starts to feel like it's gaining momentum, and gets fun. But yeah, I had tried that. I had tried playing and only was on that first planet, Taurus, for and the beginning is definitely the worst part of the game.
Are you gonna play the second one?
Yes, I am. I'm not going
I
to
think
do it
you'll
right
like the second
away.
one more.
That's what I've heard. Yeah.
It gets more philosophical about the Jedi. It's more
Yeah.
interesting.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, so I'm definitely gonna play it, but I'm gonna wait a little bit. I'm gonna take a break and not just do the two of those back to back.
Good
I
call.
started God of War.
The beginning part is boring, so just prepare, like Taurus for the first one. So just kind of prepare yourself for that.
Which
Okay.
God of War did you start?
The original,
The PS4 one.
2018.
Awesome. Yeah, great. Game.
Yeah, so I bought that game when it first came out. I played it for 30 minutes. I got bored with it and I went back to Destiny.
Damn.
Oh,
But this is back in the day when he was like hardcore Destiny.
Yeah.
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 D2,
Yeah.
baby.
Baby.
So the PS5s are finally like actually available to get in
Accessible.
the stores, but it's the God of War Ragnarok edition. Now,
Yep.
and when I say that, I
game.
mean now they will let you buy one that you can get in a couple of months.
We have 3 people
And
on the
I'm-
show that just got their PS5 Ragnarok edition recently. John, Nick, and Aaron. Just recently got it.
I watched the episode where you guys were talking about that.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I haven't been on the show, but like, I always put it on in my office, and it's like, I kind of feels like I'm hanging out with you guys. And
We
just being
appreciate
quiet.
it, Jason. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it.
Dave's talking bollocks again.
Again, I apologize for everything I've said.
But anyway, you're playing God of
no
War
regrets.
2018, so you can't. What actually brought you back to stream it if you didn't like it initially?
Everyone keeps saying it's amazing, and it looks like if I want a PS5, I'm gonna have to buy the Ragnarok edition. And if they're gonna force me to pay for that game, then I'm gonna have to play Ragnarok. And I shouldn't play Ragnarok until I played the first one. So I was
No,
like,
yeah,
I need to
it's-
give this another. I need to
Yeah.
give this another chance.
I think it's pretty important to play the
That's my
first
logic
one before
right
the
there,
second
by
one.
the way.
That's kind of Nick's homework right now because like he hasn't played
He's
either.
playing both.
He's playing both at the same time.
Yeah.
time.
It's a little confusing, but it's a little confusing. I'm playing 2018 and I want to throw some chains, but I don't have some chains. So it's,
Yeah. Where are the chains?
Anyway,
Yeah.
go ahead, Jason. Talk about it.
I don't know what I didn't like about it the first time. Like now I'm like I've been like I am honestly astonished that a 5-year-old game that I'm playing on 8-year-old hardware
Yeah, it
like
looks amazing.
that I'm going, oh my god, this is stunning. Like I'm still getting wow factor.
Mm-hmm.
Like and I have a really nice PC that I play stuff on all the time, and I'm still getting more holy crap moments like when I walk into a new area in 2018 God of War on the PlayStation 4 than I've gotten from anything I've played on my PC in the last 2 years.
Other than some new Destiny environments from time to time.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
we were watching. I was watching Jason play it last night. Last night or early this morning for me. Last night for him probably, and yeah, he was just having a really good time. He was like laughing at some of the character interactions, and like it just seemed like he was like. It's like really enjoy. I didn't want to spoil any of it, obviously, but it's like it's a great game. It's just a really well made game.
Yeah, I love it.
So
yeah.
So does Jason? Do you have a? Did you get the PS5 Ragnarok edition yet, or no?
Not yet. There is one.
He hasn't got a
local
paycheck yet, Nick.
store that currently has it. Like I said, I haven't been paid in a long time. I don't have PS5 money right now, but I was looking. There's a local electronics store that you can buy the Ragnarok digital edition bundle, and you can get it for like €15.80 a month,
like a phone.
So I'm thinking about getting
Best
PS5
Buy does it with
on the cheap payment plan.
Best Buy does it with the Xbox Series S.
Yeah.
So I could buy an Xbox Series S on a payment plan through Best Buy with no finance. It's just $17 a month.
Mm-hmm.
But like, why don't they do that for all the consoles? Man, because they don't have all the consoles. Yeah. They don't have enough.
No,
yeah. I mean, of course, I'd like to pay it off faster.
Oh,
than
yeah.
that, but like,
of course. You would have the option to, of course, but.
I live in Finland, so like going to Taco Bell costs more than that.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. How
Fine
much
dining.
is a liter of gas right now?
It has come down from like 8 to like 5
per liter.
Per liter.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually wanted just to kind of go back to the beer part, like with the price of wheat. No, just the price of wheat, like with the wheat ale stuff. I mean, has that kind of been? I mean, I was kind of leading into that question, but I kind of bailed on it. But
no, like all of the costs have gone up
with the war.
Yes, and just general global inflation right now. But the war here is definitely more of a factor. Brewing is an energy-intensive process, and our electric bill has doubled.
You're also close to it.
Yeah, our ingredient costs, have gone up really drastically. So like the when I first opened the brewery, it was like I need to make and sell 2.5 batches of beer per month to cover all these bills, and now my break-even quantity is 4 batches of beer. So it's a lot more work, like just to get by.
To get back to the streaming thing, and just like, how have you found it? Like just actually the act of streaming.
It was a little so. The one thing about streaming that I'm still trying to figure out is like,
do you do it with the shirt on or off or in a hot tub?
Is it weird?
Good call.
Do you show the cock or do you not? Do you just play
just
dance? Only just dance. ASMR? Maybe.
Oh yeah, you got ASMR, Mike.
Do you talk over the cutscenes?
It depends on the game. It depends on the game.
You react
to the
cutscenes.
If it's a really good game that you like and you're enthralled, you just kind of watch it. But if it's a game that's just kind of stupid, I'll like mimic the voice. I'll like meh, or say something funny, or it just depends on your
But I think reacting to the cutscene and then commenting about it post cutscene, if a thought really sticks, that's fine.
They're more interested in your opinion and your kind of reaction to it than they are they've probably already seen the cutscene.
Everybody's
Right.
different, so I mean, just do what you are wanting to do with the game. So fuck whatever. I mean, come on.
Your whole chat's just like, shut up, stop talking.
Yeah.
I've never seen this before.
A lot of these people are probably fans of the game. They're like, hey, somebody is playing this shit. Okay.
Especially an older game, you probably don't have to worry
that's a good
about it.
point.
You probably don't have to worry
Yeah.
about it with 2018. Maybe Ragnarok, people might be more concerned. They haven't seen it.
Yeah.
But
I did notice, like, when I was playing Golf Story, that, like, I was like, oh, maybe this isn't a good game to stream because I'm spending most of my time reading. Like, there's a lot
some
of dialogue.
streamers will read it out loud.
I was
With
actually
character
thinking
voices.
that maybe I should do that.
Yeah,
I mean,
read
I
it out
am a
loud.
professional video game voice actor,
There
like
you
we've
go.
already
Exactly, professional.
Yeah,
Wait.
read in different
No.
voices if
Did
have
you get
like two
paid for
main
that?
characters or
Wait, did you get
something.
paid for that?
$100.
Jason, did you get paid for that?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay, then you are a professional voice actor.
Yeah, there you go.
Put it on the resume.
Professional voice actor, professional brewer.
I mean, look, my fiance will watch people ride rides at Disneyland.
His
so,
talents
you could
are
pretty
unmatched.
much
Yeah,
stream
isn't that
anything.
funny? I mean, people will watch anything. Just do your thing.
Yeah.
Do
Right.
what you want. Don't worry about everybody.
Well,
By the
Yeah,
way,
it's-
is the
it's been
PS5
fun,
region
and-
free?
what?
Is the
Yeah, I
PS5
think
region
so.
free at all?
Yeah.
Pretty sure. I
It
mean, I'm
says-
going to buy the digital one anyway, so it doesn't really
Oh,
matter.
okay.
Yeah.
What, you don't want to borrow one of my games?
Yeah, I was gonna say, gift him something.
I appreciate you're getting the digital version because I'm the only other guy in the group that got
Yeah.
the digital version. So I think it's better.
Well, I mean, you guys remember that I had a massive video game collection. I was like, I'll never understand why people want to go digital. And then I moved to Finland and I had to leave it all in America. And then it was like, well, I'm not starting that over again. I'm
Yeah,
just going
right.
to buy digital crap. And
That's
now
just
I'm
shit
like,
to haul
man,
around.
yeah, and now I'm like, I really like that my game room doesn't look like a fucking Blockbuster video.
Yeah, like a library.
That's not a good aesthetic. Like now
what are you
that I
talking
don't
about?
have it,
Part of mine's kind of
Take
cool.
that, Ian.
Okay, fine.
that.
We're gonna go over here then.
Man.
We're gonna go over here to the guitar
Lift it
and
up your
books.
ass.
The guitar and books section over here.
Yeah, the
I need to change my back.
books. It's like
yeah, now
Yeah, depending on
my
what you're streaming, you change the camera angle.
now my game room has plants.
How do I change my
No,
background?
but like
lights.
like PC gaming
And-
kind of programmed us like through
Nick.
Steam to be digital concept consumers, and I just feel like digital is the only logical progression. I just wish there was a way to share your digital games. Like Steam allows you to share your library, and then
Yeah.
I wish PlayStation would allow that, but that's probably they want the money. They're never going to allow it, but oh well.
Well, once upon a time, like PS3, you could share your account with up to like 6 people.
Oh yeah, there
And
was
you
that.
could just like download the games. I think you can have your account on like 2 PlayStations
Now, yeah.
at this point. So I mean, there's a way kind of to share between users if you don't have like other PlayStations in your family. I don't have another PS5.
Shit,
in
that
my
forgot
family.
to remind me to yell at Aaron to
So
like tell him to
maybe-
fucking delete the users off his goddamn PlayStation. Anyway,
Yeah, it's so annoying.
why don't you
So
just
annoying.
go in? I just went
Aaron,
into
Dave,
the
you don't
Sony website
understand.
and
Dave, you're
logged out of all the
no, Dave.
devices.
That's not what we're talking about. So, Dave,
Yes, it is.
there's
You're
no,
just
no, no, no,
being
no,
lazy,
no, no,
Milkman.
no. I already
just
did
being
that.
lazy.
No,
Lazy.
you guys are. Okay, shut the fuck up for a second.
No.
So I did that. Everyone signed out. I have 2-step verification. I'm talking about the difference between signing into PSN Network and just using your account, just using your name on PlayStation, which
think of
normally
all the trophies you'll get.
no. Okay, you don't fucking get it. You guys are so fucking stupid. So he can log in as you, Jared.
Too.
He can't sign into your account, but he can still play as you on Minecraft. Now,
I get you. Yeah.
Now, what I'm saying is, most of the games, it doesn't matter because they don't do that. So that kid can't sign into my PSN account, but he can play as me. But something in Minecraft, is still sending information to my PSN account. And that is troubling, in my opinion. Like, that's an exploit.
I know,
like,
it shows that Milkman has played Minecraft.
Yeah, but it also showed that John had it.
Yeah.
And I'm saying is, like, he can't sign into my account. He can't buy things. He can't make trophies. But there's something in Minecraft that is still sending information, is still tracking me and sending it to PSN. So, like, I don't... And then just at the base level, as my OCD hates the fact that this just keeps popping up saying that I played this game. It's just like fucking obnoxious in my OCD. But like, that could be exploited, I think. I think if I actually told PlayStation about it, I think like somehow Minecraft is still tracking me, even though I haven't given it permission to track me. So I think this is like a whole different...
Microsoft is attacking Sony?
Here's my solution. What? I keep seeing that they're playing Grand Theft Auto 5, so I just log into Aaron's account on my PlayStation and then log back out.
That's fine, and I could do that too. But I can still log into I can log into all your guys's users.
Yeah, we're all on your systems.
Yeah,
but I can't log into your PSN.
Yeah,
there's a difference.
Yeah, it lets you get into the menu. It doesn't let you download.
So while I'm sure those kids are playing as me, Ian, in Grand Theft Auto, it doesn't show up. Like, Grand Theft Auto Rockstar isn't tracking me. It isn't sending information to my PSN account. I find it troubling that Minecraft is, even though they shouldn't be allowed. And that's my troubling and my worry. So
next
I get
time I'm on the PS5.
So you guys are like, keep talking all this shit, and it's like, you guys do not fucking understand what I'm talking about. There's no way.
I bet.
Try logging in.
Just building a bunch of cocks in Minecraft all by himself.
Well, that's fine. I don't care. That's
ETP.
Great. What I'm saying is like, hey, you guys sign in as me, but you can't sign into my PSN. You guys will not be able to. That's fine. But games that still track me, it seems weird, and I don't like it. Anyway, all right.
I get that.
Move along. I apologize for this game rant.
Hey, it's all good. It's a security problem.
I just don't think you guys were understanding what I was trying to get at.
Really doing it right, yeah. And an old PlayStation 4 that was donated to a different family. All those accounts are still on there and being used, and it's unfortunate and needs to change. And there should be easier ways to log out.
And it's not just me. It's not just me.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, I mean they've done it to us all,
us.
because I've seen all of you guys play Minecraft.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's just kind of, because like
it's unfortunate.
It seems like it would be an exploit that a hacker could take and then get in back somehow. Because somehow Minecraft is doing something that it shouldn't be, in my opinion. But whatever.
So we need to get that taken care of.
Now that I have you guys on the level, I'll stop arguing.
We got it. We just it's fun to razz you. It is.
Okay, fine.
Don't worry. Nick took this opportunity as a beer break, so you're good.
Yeah.
Very quickly, let's go around the room. Jared, one game you've been playing.
One game.
Well, we've been fucking recording for an hour and a half, so.
So John and I'm super excited. I got to play Returnal co-op, and I've been waiting for that moment for 2 years.
All of my life.
Because somebody gave up so quick.
Dude, I played that game for like 12, 14 hours. I played that game for like 12 to 14 hours. I got my fill. I didn't need more of it.
Yeah. And then co-op came out, and you're like, fuck this. I'm deleting it.
I did want to, but I just like, Elden Ring came, and Elden Ring's superior, so.
Yeah, but John and I, we had a great time. We almost beat the second boss, but we accidentally died at like the last minute. The boss was almost dead, and we just flashed back.
Died.
We were actually kind of confused, like, oh, what? We both woke up like at our ship, and we thought we destroyed the boss, but we both died at the exact same time. Because in co-op, you can actually revive each other, and it's very helpful. And sometimes there's a break in the boss where you can actually kind of revive each other. Maybe it'd take 1 or 2 hits, but you could still revive each other, and it's very useful. So John and I, we in just a few hours, we almost beat the second boss.
Cool. Nick to win. What's a game you've been playing?
God of War Ragnarok.
Oh, okay. We know about that game.
And God of War.
Yeah. And actually, I went back into Tiny Tina's
Wonderlands.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Game of the year,
And-
but no. Good game though, really good.
No, just a very surprising game. So,
Awesome. Dave.
but
Never mind. Go ahead, Nick.
oh no, we'll move on. But I do need to ask Jason the question after we go through this.
Another beer question?
Maybe.
Maybe. I also have another question for Jason. Dave, what's the game you've been playing?
Division 2.
Still, you haven't beat it yet?
I'm at level 29. I've got the last mission to do.
Almost ready.
Man,
it's
I
kind of
think I still
weird.
have it installed.
I've been playing it for like a half hour, an hour here and there. It's not something that I've sat down, and that's why it feels like I've been playing it forever. I've not really sat and just sat there and played it for 4 or 5 hours.
Are you enjoying it?
He said it was better playing it together than by himself.
It was better playing it together, and to be quite honest, it is very repetitive. All the missions
So
are
happy together.
very simple, really. It's like, enter this room, kill all the bad guys in the room, your health regenerates, enter the next room.
Like
you know.
any multiplayer shooter,
Yeah,
you gotta
it's
shoot
not
stuff.
Destiny. But anyway, I'm enjoying it. It's a good game. I only paid $10 for it, so it's not like
Yeah.
Worth every penny, in my opinion.
I've got
Johnny,
my money.
Johnny boy, what have you been playing?
I've been playing the 2018 Spider-Man game. Did it come out in
Nice.
2018 or 2017?
18.
It's fun. I was saying in the pre-show, I've been playing some of the late-stage PS4 games on the PS5, and it's just funny to see how much. Obviously, they're going to run much smoother, but it's just interesting to see, like, this is probably the way the game should have been played, but because they were kind of working on dated hardware, a lot of, like, Days Gone.
Not if you bought a Pro,
that
dude.
thing was. No, I didn't. I didn't. I stuck with the OG Destiny PS4.
Yeah.
So Justin, that's been on the
Money.
podcast before, he plays on PC, and he's claiming that these PC ports that Sony's doing on God of War and Spider-Man are impeccable. They're like amazing.
They also go ultra
They're
wide.
crazy good. Ultra wide if you have one of those. So it's definitely something you shouldn't pass up on if you have a really good PC. Is get those Sony exclusive games. Well, not exclusive anymore, but
Play Death
on
Stranding.
PC. Death Stranding, Spider-Man, God
Last of Us is
War.
coming.
Last of Us is going to be there. There's a lot of really great games, and Sony's been doing an awesome job porting these games. And I wish I had a PC powerful enough.
Jared,
to
how much is
play,
Sony
like-
paying you to do this little ad sponsor? here?
Dude, no, I'm just talking.
Not
to
enough to
Justin.
buy a new
He's
PC,
been
that's for
super
sure.
Impressed. No, yeah, I make nothing. Sony should send me a PC just to play their games. I would love that.
I never played Spider-Man.
Oh, Spider-Man's good,
Oh, it's
But that-
awesome.
like-
that is great. That's a great game. I'm not the biggest comic.
and he
book
hates
fan.
comic books.
No.
Yeah.
There's certain
And-
parts of it I did not like the
I
stealth
really
parts.
enjoyed that game. The way you move around the city is just great.
Yeah.
It feels
I
really.
need to go back to that game.
And then you're not Spider-Man, and that's when I didn't enjoy it.
It has a really good
Those are
flow.
short. Those moments are so short.
But they're not short enough.
Yeah, like I have
game's
looked
fantastic.
at picking it up so many times, like it's been on sale so many times, and then it came to PC, and I was like, oh, playing it on PC would be nice.
Yeah.
Do it.
If you have an
now it's a
awesome
full-price
PC,
game
just do it.
again.
Yeah.
You
But
can.
it's a
It also,
full-price game
they
again.
also there's also a PS5
Yeah,
version.
good
So
point.
Yeah.
if you did, I mean, there's so many options.
Or just get PlayStation Gold
either
or
way, it's
Premium
really
or
good.
whatever.
Jason, I did have a question. When was the last time you logged into Destiny 2?
I guess it's been about 4 months.
Are you looking
February,
forward?
you
Are you
gonna
looking
get the
forward
new
to the
expansion?
DLC, the expansion?
Yeah,
Yeah, of
definitely.
course.
Yeah.
So you're still hardcore Destiny guy, no matter what.
Yeah. I mean, I really loved the Witch Queen, but the thing is, like,
good.
I don't have the time anymore for the mid content seasonal grinds.
Yeah,
just,
the season passes.
You know, yeah. Like I have played a lot of the season passes, and like I think that if you're a person who still wants to be super deep into that the season pass cycle is like really high quality.
It is.
But I want to play other things these days, you know. Like Destiny was 80 to 90% of my total game play time for 6.5, 7 years.
Right.
Like Now I'm reaching the point where like I've actually uninstalled it, and I'm like I'm gonna play other things until the next content comes.
Just
out.
to drag on this
Gotta-
Destiny talk a little
Gotta
bit.
play some catch up.
No, but don't you like if you took a break a while? I know they're like at this point they've basically just gonna go the MMO route, but like, doesn't part of you wish that they just like kind of stopped, took a break, and then relaunched like a Destiny 3? Like bring us all back, play with. I don't know. Part of me just wants to like all of us to do it again, you know. But I feel like
nobody's gonna do that.
I'm so far away from Destiny 2, like because I played it for a little while, and I just like I don't want to go through all that content, but I would like to go into a new game, a fresh game from the beginning. There's a part of me that would really like to do that. I don't know.
New UI, easier to step through.
I don't know. I feel like every time they do that, like some people love it and other people are like, "But I put so many hours into this, and you're taking my stuff." You know,
I get it. I get that. But would that hurt your feeling? Would that hurt you? Would you care if you lost everything and then had to start over?
I would.
Well, did you have everything from God of War when you started playing Ragnarok?
No.
Yeah, but for some reason people hold Destiny to that standard.
Exactly.
No
but like I wouldn't.
They can't
I guess
win with people.
No.
I guess
No,
it's
they
that minority that's still
damned if they do, damned
Right.
if they don't. They're like, "Oh, your file size is too big." Okay, well, 0.1% of the people who played Destiny in the last year played these two planets, so we're removing them from the game. You my content.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
Like,
dude,
I
like
love
it's
that
just
sled. It's
it's
my
taking.
favorite one.
I mean,
It's
Bill and
taking
I
up
went back and
on literally
even
a million people's hard drives,
Was it
and they're
during
not
Witch
using
Queen?
it.
Was
And
it
they're-
during
and they're
Witch
like,
Queen? Or is
Yeah,
just before it? Like Bill and I just said, fuck it, and we went back to Destiny 1 and played through all that content again. And that was way more fun. I feel like there's just so much going on. There's just so much shit in Destiny 2. I just wish it's just so it's just like,
And
especially
that's
if you were to
every
drop,
second of it.
for me to
No,
drop
they-
in right now, I'd be like, just my brain would explode. I just like don't know where to even.
Because now it has a super deep story that's been building for years. Now, what was the complaint about?
It's not the story.
Destiny 1?
No, 100%, 100%.
No.
But it's not
Yeah.
that. It's the
But now
other
it's more
shit.
approachable, isn't it?
It's the other shit. It's all the like fucking just I don't know. Anyway, yes,
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. The thing is, every time I take a break from Destiny and come back to it, I pick up that controller and I feel like I'm fucking home again.
Oh, it
Like,
feels great.
It feels so good.
It feels
Yeah,
great.
It's
dude.
so good on PS5.
Oh, it's so silky. It's so smooth. Like, like this is why I keep coming back. But
Yeah.
but then I get burned out and I take a break, and it's a cycle.
So
Be
on
cool-
PC, you're playing with controller or mouse and keyboard?
Controller.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, I'm just not an M&K guy.
Yeah.
All right. Before we get out of here, let's do some
What
quick.
are you playing, Ian? We can't skip you.
What should I pick, Jared? What should I pick,
The
Nick?
first thing that comes to the top of your head.
Unfortunately, it
Not
wasn't.
Fortnite.
Unfortunately, it wasn't Wonderlands. It was Vampire Survivors.
Yeah, on mobile. Milkman's Mobile Minute.
What a stupid, addicting game that I didn't realize. Jared's right, dude. This game's stupid. No, it's not
awesome.
stupid. It's awesome.
Is it fun?
It's. I wish. My only problem
I
with
keep
the
seeing people talk about it.
my only problem with I mean, I feel like mobile's the best place to play it, but the controls are not the greatest on mobile because it's that touch.
Because it's a cell phone.
Yeah. So
Your fingers on the playfield.
I need to get like a backbone or something. But the game itself is just like oddly addicting when you're just kind of. I don't know. It's like, and I don't
magically.
like really like these type of games, and it's like that retro style thing. But I find myself at work just sitting there playing it.
It's on Game Pass, John.
It's on Game Pass.
Pass.
It's super. Yeah, it's free
You
on
have
the
a Series S.
So here's the interesting thing: console, it's like $4, but like mobile, it's free. Mobile has some interesting things because it does have ads, but it's so if you're doing a run and you die, it'll give you the option to watch a commercial, and then it'll revive you. So you can watch.
That's so awesome.
You can like revive in your run if you just watch like a 30-second commercial. It's like, oh fuck it, I'll watch the commercial.
You wouldn't revive until you get a certain upgrade.
It's just weird. And so I find, and then Jared also, when let's say you're done with a run or something, it's like, hey, do you want some extra gold? Watch this commercial. And that's awesome. How the two ads are done in the game. And I think that's kind of cool. That's like really smartly done by the developer to say like, it's not like you don't have to do it. You don't have to watch the ads at all. But the fact that they are integrated into the gameplay of the game, I find kind of charming. So
and gold is very important.
Yeah, gold's
after you do a run, you can go in and upgrade a lot of things.
Yeah, you can make your own
carry through.
Yeah,
every play
you
session.
run and you blah 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 blah. But then once you got a lot of gold, well, you use gold to unlock the characters, but then also the gold to create your build for the next run.
Boost your stats.
Yeah, you boost your stats for the next run.
Health, defense, all kinds of shit. There's like a whole page of stat increases.
It's incredible how, I don't know. I like it. It's stupid. It's simple. It's designed by one motherfucking dude.
I hope more of you try Vampire Survivors for more than just a few minutes. Like that first run, tough. You'll die quick.
Like Dave will hate it, but I think Dave would also get addicted to it. It's one of those like kind of. It's just a weird game.
It might work.
Yeah,
like I thought,
like a laser light show.
Here's the thing. I was like literally, I was literally like playing it the first time through, and I'm like, this is on blah blah. This is stupid. And then you die, and it's like, oh, you play again. Okay, I'll play again. And then, more powers, more powers.
Another new character. What?
And you're basically trying in a level. You're trying to last 30 minutes, or 30 minutes, right?
Yeah, 30 minutes.
You're trying to last 30 minutes, and it's just like an onslaught of like getting it, and you just get so OP'd. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. It's just
at 30 minutes, death comes and takes you in one hit.
It's an interesting.
But I've lasted for 45 minutes.
Oh, that's cool.
You get so powerful and crazy, like OP, that you can just last. And there's actually a trophy for defeating death.
Oh, really? Yeah.
You can kill him, and then other shit happens, and the screen goes fucking nuts, and wild shit happens. It's so awesome.
I don't think I would play this on my console.
Talk highly enough about this.
See, Jared's like hardcore. He played it on his console and shit. I don't know if I would play it on my console.
I've probably put close to 100 hours into it between PC and Xbox.
Good toilet game for you, Ian.
But it's a good toilet game, or it's a good it's like
I haven't played it on cell phone, but for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, it sounds a bit long for a toilet game. Yeah,
my legs.
That's a big shit, guys.
No, but here's my highest. Here's my highest grade for a mobile game. I'll usually download it. I'll play it for like 10, 15 minutes, and then close it and delete it. This game has been on my phone for like a week now, and so that's
world
record. That is like a world record for a mobile game. So like,
yeah,
even with the shitty control, I'm actually considering getting a backbone, just to play this stupid fucking game. Anyway, that's my one. I'm gonna throw that out.
I love this praise. Thank you, Ian.
You're welcome. You were right, Jared, kind of. I don't know if these other guys would like it, but I oddly like it, so hey.
Yeah, I can see
will
Nick
try.
It. Dave would be annoyed, but he might eventually like it. John, I don't think he'd find the time for it. He's not going to try it. Jason,
I think Aaron would dig it.
He's probably been looking on his screen for it right now.
I think Aaron would dig it.
I don't know if he'll like it.
If he still played games on his at all. Anyway.
For Aaron's mobile minute.
Yeah.
Aaron's what?
All right. Couch co-optionals really quick. Couch co-optionals. What's something else
Actually,
not game related? Oh, Nick had a question about beer. Go ahead, Nick.
Not a question about beer, but I actually Jason.
Yes.
What
Jason.
video game would you pair your Finland brewing experience with?
Oh my god.
Specifically an 8-bit beer.
That's good.
And would it be Ghosts and Goblins by chance?
It would be Vampire Survivors.
It would be a Dark Souls game.
Yeah,
That
definitely.
has been my fucking reality. I have been living Dark Souls.
Yeah, but Elden Ring's too easy. So
you are dead.
Which one's the hardest?
You are
Dark
dead.
Souls 1?
You are dead. Or
Demon Souls on
Bloodborne,
PS3.
But if you had to
probably.
pick an 8,
Honestly, I never
but
played
if you
any
had
of
to
them.
pick
I don't
an
like
8-bit
super
game
hard
by
games.
chance.
You know what,
game.
Jason? I don't like super hard games either, but
Yeah,
somehow
it is,
Elden Ring
Chris.
clicked, man. Elden Ring just fucking, I don't know.
I wish they'd release a
That's what
demo of
everybody
it.
says. That's what everybody says. And based on that, I am going to play it.
Because I hate
But
that shit. I don't
I'm
like it
not
either.
I'm not paying more than $10 for it
Oh.
because I'm 90% sure that
Yeah.
I'm going to get frustrated with it and put it down. So I will wait until I can pay so little for it
Yeah.
that I won't be upset that I wasted money on it when I get frustrated with it and just shelve it.
Totally.
Probably around the time
But
the
then I can
PS6
at least give
releases.
it a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be on sale eventually.
Eventually.
All right, couch co-optionals. Jared, something cool, not game related.
I haven't watched it for a long time, but I used to be into an anime called Bleach. They just released a new season on Netflix. Like brand new content, Bleach.
There you go.
I don't remember the exact name of the series, but yeah, just look for Bleach on Netflix and something like that. Hulu or Netflix. I don't remember exactly, but I've watched that first few episodes.
Got it. Nick, to win. Something cool, something new. Epson printer, perhaps.
No, how about this if you want 2 more terabytes for your PS5?
Oh,
Coming at ya.
Coming at you,
Yeah,
Samsung.
Yeah.
2 terabyte
Oh,
memory is going on
Samsung,
sale
yeah.
for $200 or less at some point.
Yeah, 980 Pro.
Did you fill it up yet?
Awesome.
No.
Yeah, it's
No,
probably full.
I haven't even touched it yet, but it's
Nice.
there when I need it.
Oh,
I'm
That's
sorry
what I
you
like.
can't put Vampire Survivors on it, man. It's not on PlayStation.
Maybe someday.
I can if when that day comes.
That'll be like
I
2
will.
megabytes. Anyway, Dave. what is?
I will celebrate that day.
Yeah.
What is? Huh?
I'm not sure
Aya?
how you pronounce it. It's like IAH is the name of the band, and it's the first album that they put out, and it's really good.
What is it? What kind of music?
It's instrumental. It's kind of rock. It's not quite stoner rock, but it's kind of like
Prog rock?
I don't know. You describe it. It's got like silent passages and then like very intense
How do you
passages.
spell it?
And
IAH.
Space rock?
IAH. Yeah.
It's like Pink Floyd without the lyrics.
Yeah. I mean, I really it's one of my favorite albums, and they didn't print many copies of it, and they just did a reprinting of 300 copies, and because previously I'd looked and it was $100+ for the album, and I'm like, nah, I'm not buying that.
You can
But-
listen to the album on YouTube.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep, that's where I found it. It was
Yeah.
on there's a Stoner of Doom, I think it is.
Well, I
there's a
have,
YouTube channel. He plays albums of like that kind of music, and
The person I
so
see
often.
is called 666 Mr. Doom.
JPK, what is your couch co-optional?
My fiance and I just finished watching The Hatchet Wielding Hitchhiker. So it's a documentary based on that 2013 YouTube clip where
Yeah,
that
the viral clip. I heard about this.
Yeah, and so it's pretty much kind of like talks about that moment, and then 3 months later he murders someone. So it's just kind of talking about like his rise and fall, and it's kind of interesting. I mean, it's just because it's a kind of a time travel, because you kind of see how, I mean, viral was still kind of a relatively new thing, and even in 2013, and so it's kind of interesting to see how, like talk shows were kind of trying to use the guy, but then he was so nuts they didn't know what to do with him, and so it's just kind of an interesting conglomeration of the culture at the time, as well as like the budding of virality and just kind of the mainstream trying to work with it but not understand how it works, and then also just what happened to this guy who was just had his 15 minutes of fame.
Cool. All right. Jason, as our guest, you get the penultimate choice. What are some of the cool things? Reading, writing, eating, drinking, listening. Couch co-optional, buddy.
I have been rereading The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson
Okay.
and enjoying it even more than the first time. I don't know if anybody else has read The Stormlight Archive by Sanderson.
I haven't.
It's over the last 5 years, Brandon Sanderson has become my favorite author of all time. I have worked my way through everything that he has written, other than just a couple of short novellas that I have left to read. But now I've just started back with the first book of his that I read because I just love it so much.
This is fiction. What kind of fiction?
He writes mostly fantasy, but he writes in a whole bunch of different genres. He has this concept, the Cosmere, where he has multiple worlds that he has created in different genres of fiction and in different mediums, but they all take place in the same universe and weave in and out of each other in small ways. But now he's starting with his most recent book, The Lost Metal. He actually started like bringing things together. He's done this basically like he's now done his phase 1 and 2 of the MCU, and he's starting phase 3, where everything is like really starting to build, and it's fucking exciting. This guy's world building is second to none. His characters are just incredible. Like I love everything about the way this guy writes. So yeah, The Way of Kings is the first book in the Stormlight Archive, which is his like sort of his magnum opus.
Cool. All right. And as we close out and as we walk on to the end of the show, I'm going to recommend 8-Bit Brewing, Jason Wolford. All you motherfuckers here in America that listen to us, and there's a bunch of you that don't live. I mean, we got a huge fan base in Uruguay. Let's go to Finland, guys. Let's go to 8-Bit Brewing. Let's go buy some of their beers. If you haven't listened to our
contract
reviews,
grew to South America.
Yeah. If you haven't listened to our reviews of some of Jason's beers, you can find them on our podcast channels and our YouTube channel. But yeah, I'm gonna recommend 8-Bit. Again, Jason, I want to thank you for joining us tonight. I know was early. Now it's a little later.
Very early morning.
Yeah, it was early.
Now that I have this set up,
what's
this
for
is going to be
breakfast, by
easier. Eggs.
But yeah, thank you for finally.
And if you want to know about Finland, Monty Python sang a beautiful song. Finland, 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 the country where I want to be. And it goes on and on.
Thank you, Dave, for that.
You've never heard that.
No.
Hey, clip
post
that.
the link in
Hey,
Discord,
hey,
Dave.
Jason, clip that and make that your ringtone.
Okay, cool.
No, but Jason, thanks again for making time in your early morning. I mean, I don't know, what are you doing for the rest of the day? Just playing video games? You gonna work?
I'm going to try and make a new website.
There you go. All right.
People that hosted our old one went out of business, so I haven't had a website in months. So I'm just going to use Squarespace.
All right.
Yeah, everybody advertises it. What's
People
the
won't
Jeff
shut up
Kanata
about
one?
Yeah.
Why do we need
use the
to
promo
promote
code.
Jeff Kanata's website right now, Jared?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
We should. I
We
would
don't
like to
have one.
promote Jason's website, but he's making a new one, so it's going to be
plenty of
totally
promo
different.
codes out there to get it.
Hopefully by the time this goes live, it'll be up.
It's live right now. It'll be live in like 2 seconds after this. So,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
but what is your
Yeah,
Twitch?
it's gonna
What is,
bookend it
Jason? What
and,
is your
upload
Twitch? Your Twitch handle? Your Twitch.tv what /
8-Bit Brewmaster.
8-Bit Brewmaster. Yeah. So
No
go.
hyphen?
Hey everybody. Alex in the chat. Go over to 8-Bit Brewmaster. Twitch.tv
All
/
one word, no hyphen, or is it a hyphen?
No hyphen.
No hyphen.
No hyphen.
All
Yeah.
right,
I think.
all one word, no
Pretty sure.
hyphen.
All
Yeah,
one
there
word,
we
no-
go.
yeah, hashtag. Yeah, so go over to twitch.tv / 8-Bit Brewing, or Brewmaster, I'm sorry, and follow Jason. He's going to be playing Ragnarok, or not Ragnarok, God of War 2018. And then who knows what he's going to play after that. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for
Probably Destiny.
listening. Remind you all to leave feedback at thecouchcoopshow@gmail.com, or head over to, you know what would be awesome if somebody someday goes over to anchor.fm / thecouchcoopshow and leaves a voice message. Because I would love to
There
play.
used to be somebody that did that.
I would love. Yeah, it used to be Nick, but now Nick's on the show. So see, if you guys leave a voice message, maybe you'll be on the show.
You get on the show.
Yeah, now Nick's like the most important member of the show, so it's like,
Well, let's not get
I don't know,
carried
you
away.
leave a voice message, you might replace Nick. I
Nick
don't
who?
know.
Oh, anyway.
Yeah, Nick.
Anyway, it's super easy. I hope you
Back
can
to
do
the
it anyway.
gallows, Nick.
I want to thank Jared, Nick, Dave, JPK, also Aaron was here. And again,
Woo!
special thanks to Jason for coming back on the couch.
Great to be here.
You're always welcome, Jason.
For Couch
Yeah, I'll
Co-op,
be back more often.
yeah, for Couch Co-op, I'm Ian reminding you to please.
Be excellent to
Be
each
most
other.
excellent.
Indeed.
Wild Stallions. No trademark issues
Deedly, 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 dee.
as we close out the show, as I once wanted. Couch Co-op.